Here's my 2001 Volvo S60 with the 6-cylinder 2.4 liter turbocharged engine. And it also happens to have a very nice sound system. Meh. How about no? Yeah, you can keep that to yourself, pal. The radio program is not satisfying, and I'm sure as hell not going to carry a pack of CDs around with me. So let's make an auxiliary input for this radio. This particular one is going to be my lab rat. It's a cheap spare part from eBay. I'm just going to strip it down as far as possible. These radios have a great modular design. You can easily take out the CD player module or the cassette player module and it'll still work fine. It even removes the missing modules from the audio source menu. I'm bridging the switched power and the permanent power pins so that the radio is always on. No smoke, no explosions, all good. Now, originally I wanted to solder in 3 wires and be done with it. But now that I've done some research, I found that there is a much more elegant solution. The HU radios use a communication protocol called Melbus to communicate with their accessories, like the CD changer or the satellite telephone. And a quick Google search carved up some AVR code to interface with that. Made a quick prototype with a $2 delivered Arduino Pro Mini. Just had to rename some timers for that because the microcontroller is slightly different. Connecting it all up to 12 volts. And it doesn't work. I wonder why. Next prototype, low-level DIY this time. And there we go, a wild CD changer appears. Basically the radio asks, hello, who's there? And the microcontroller answers, hello, I'm a CD changer. Then they pass some housekeeping data back and forth, and finally the radio starts broadcasting the audio signal from the Melbus cable. With the programming pins ripped off, it's ready to go inside a small enclosure. I've added a 3.5mm audio jack as an input. The audio signal goes straight through the cable into the radio, doesn't even touch my PCB. The cable relief is something I always tend to forget, so I'll put it on first. Quickly checking if I got all the pins right. I did. There was another chance to forget the cable relief, and I immediately used it. Because of some long-legged components and mediocre soldering combined with the vibrations in an automotive environment, I wanted to add some strength to it by pouring epoxy over the whole thing. Obligatory decorations. Find the major mistake I made here. Don't laugh. No comment. The story went on a little longer because I wasn't satisfied with this simple auxiliary input. I wanted a USB MP3 player that displays song titles in the alphanumeric display of the radio. So far, that functionality has only been accomplished by volvotech.eu, the people behind the IM4 devices, and Grom Audio. So it would be a big deal if I found out how that works on my own. Could save a lot of money or even make some. But in the end, someone was actually kind enough to just tell me all the secrets of this protocol, so I didn't have to try and analyze it with my cheap oscilloscope. And looking at all the precise timings and byte patterns and exceptions now, I doubt that I would have gotten behind that without a proper logic analyzer. See, I can't even capture the long datagram with the text information in it. And even though the protocol has some similarities with SPI, the SPI decoder in the oscilloscope only produces garbage. But now it's all working perfectly, except for the occasional white noise glitch. And I can even go back to the radio if I want to avoid traffic jams.